going on, Jerome's? So obviously, you watched a lot of Kevin O'Connell press conferences over the years. This is as broken as I've heard and seen Kevin O'Connell. Like, dude just looks like a zombie up there. Looked like he hadn't slept, but a lot of things going on. All right, so Kevin O'Connell said some stuff and some things. Also, I may be smoking crack, except I don't think that he mentioned Max Brosmer by name, and he got through the entire press conference without mentioning McCarthy until someone specifically asked a McCarthy question at the end. Maybe something, maybe nothing. Or again, maybe I'm just smoking crack and we missed it. Don't know. But there was a lot of filibuster today, a lot of words, really long-winded answers. It felt like some of the local media jackals tossed him a softball or two, right? Asking about a specific play and then letting him vamp on for like 5 minutes. I don't know. But long-winded, has shaky voice, especially at the start. So I don't know, man. But said it was a disappointing day for our offense. Defense battled versus a tough opponent, tough situations that were put in by the offense. So that's where things stand. And he understands Adam JEROME, Ezekiel Thielen, requesting to be waived, called him a special person, special player. And they talked about his role when the Vikings acquired him. It was to get through the 3-game suspension for Addison, and they've done that. And said it can consider him a starter, even with Naylor in there. But injury updates. So Ryan Kelly's day-to-day with a hip flexor. Aaron Jones with a shoulder. We'll see what happens with the veterans. To be honest, at this point, I would be okay if they just ran with potentially getting Brandel more center snaps, even though Brandel's in concussion protocol. Because Brandel may have knocked himself out, just hitting Josh Jobe off the pile. Right? But Brandel or Juergens, just let them get more center reps. See what's going to happen for the future. And also for running back, Jordan Mason, Xavier Scott, go ahead. Darisaw is expected to have a full week of practice. Talk about practice. And potentially having him back Sunday for the Commies game. Left guard Donovan Jackson is also improving. TBD what happens there at left guard. And then O'Connell got into the whole, there's a lot of blame going around. It starts and ends with me. We got to be better, and that starts with me. Whole shtick. Continue to work through the offense. Talked about how the Vikings haven't handled offensive line injuries well, especially in game. Just all the different combinations, chemistry, it's hard to come by. 4th and 1, did not like the play call, which, I don't know. Why'd you call it then? Also, in terms of the vamping, they asked him about the previous play of Addison being just short of the sticks, and he was able to vamp on about that for like 4 or 5 minutes. But he kept stressing explosive plays, and it's the story of this year where it woulda, coulda, shoulda. If Brosmer didn't get sacked, if this ball didn't get tipped, there was an explosive play just there waiting to happen, but didn't happen at the end of the day. And also talk about looking inward. The offense has not been near the standard of what it should be. Maybe we're not going to be a statistically impressive team. That's fair. Maybe the Vikings aren't going to be at the heights of they were the offense the last couple seasons, but also O'Connell talking about even the offense isn't as efficient, isn't putting up points. You still have to get something done on the road. So, but the Vikings haven't the last 2 games. Don't get mired down in feelings. Find the best path forward. All that stuff. No one in this building will work harder to find solutions. I feel like we heard that a lot this year. Also, he was asked directly about the disadvantages of playing at home, because McCarthy hasn't won a game at home, and the Vikings last couple times they've been at home they've been booed off the field at times. But a bad team playing at home, the Vikings have passionate fans, they have frustration, they have expectations, and that expectation has been met this year. So I think that's pretty self-aware. And also they talked about how they need to take advantage of remaining time this season. There's still time to get some positives going forward for 2026. And he's correct. And also he said he specifically wanted to shout out the defense, Diamond Dallas Turner, Eric Wilson, shout outs, bright spots, but they couldn't offensively, they couldn't do enough to complement what was going on with that defense. And then again, it was so weird. He didn't really talk about the quarterback position, but he said that McCarthy is symptom free, looking to get a full practice on Wednesday, and if he does all that, he'll start on Sunday. O'Connell, I feel like there's a lot of times where he just tries to like sneak things under the rug, or just try and be like, oh yes, this topic that everyone is talking about, we'll just leave it for the end. But anyways, like we said, this is probably as downtrodden as I've seen and heard Kevin O'Connell in a presser. Yeah, again, probably hasn't slept much, but he's right in the fact that there's still time to do something positive with this season. Playoffs probably off the table, but in terms of showing competency, especially with the young guys who are going to be here for future years, getting to a place where you have something to hold on to this offseason, whether it's good tape, good vibes, a couple wins, whatever it takes. And draft position-wise, you draft where you draft. Right. But your thoughts are thoughts. Kevin O'Connell fed the local media jackals on Monday. Let us know. Comment section. You guys are the best you know what to do. Skol, production value.